Welcome
to episode 195 of Doctor Who, Time and Space, with your hosts, me, Lewis Moon.
And me, Dr. Cool.
If you don't know, this is a father and son weekly Doctor Who podcast.
But wait, it's a Sunday. What's going on?
Yes, I know. We usually record this on a Saturday and bring this to you on a Saturday on Podomatic and iTunes and stuff. But wherever you're listening to us right now, we'd like to apologise for the 1 day delay.
Indeed.
Because, Deco was very busy yesterday. So we had to move the podcast back a day.
We do. Well, what do we have on this late Sunday podcast?
Well, on episode 195 of Doctor Who Time and Space, we will be discussing our top 6 episodes from the 1980s.
That shouldn't take too long. We'll also we'll be giving our review back on the Matt Smith story, Angels Take Manhattan.
We will be taking a look at the latest news and views from the Doctor Who universe.
And we will be I should repeat this now in English, and we will be pressing the magic randomizer. That's probably about it, isn't it?
Probably not 3-minute round.
No,
only if we have time.
If we've got time.
We won't promise that to you. So yes, sorry that we're a day later, but the advantage is that you only have to wait 6 days to see us next time.
Exactly. Well, what have you been doing then? As soon as you've actually had one extra day to fill it with activities, one extra day than normal because we're a day later, what have you been doing with yourself in the last 8 days?
Well...
Anything Doctor Who related or otherwise geeky?
Doctor Who wise, not much. I mean, I will say that I have continued listening to the Sirens of Time.
Oh yeah.
I have got to the part now.
It's the multi-Doctor one, yeah?
Yes, it's the multi-Doctor one from Big Finish. And I've got to the final part, which is the multi-Doctor one. So
when you say you've got to the final part, does that mean you're actually partway through that?
I'm partway through.
Oh yeah. What's it like when you get all of them together?
It's quite good. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it a good one? A good episode? Is it one of the best ones that you've had from Big Finish?
No, it isn't. But part 4's quite good.
Yeah. Okay. But not as good as because the Christmas one you had was your favourite.
Oh yeah, I liked that one. Yeah, that was good.
So it's all right, this one, but not.
It's okay. It's not like if they made it into a Doctor Who episode, it wouldn't be that brilliant.
Okay.
It's first one, so it's developing here, so I'll forgive it, and I won't criticise it.
Oh, of course, that's right, you said it was the first one,
So it has developed a lot through the years.
When you look at it, because this is the one where it's got the 3 Doctors on it, isn't it? Peter Davidson, Colin Baker and Sylvester McCoy, yeah? Which of them at that early stage comes across the best? Is there one in particular where you found their part more enjoyable because of the way they portrayed the Doctor?
Probably Colin Baker in the audio.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's just more, how do you name it? He's just more distinct.
Yeah.
He's
got quite good sort of audio presence.
Yes, he has. The other two, they're not as great.
Yeah.
Take the 8th Doctor. He's my favourite audio Doctor, though.
Yeah.
Because Paul McGann does do some really good audios.
It'd be interesting to hear at some point or other what the David Tennant one's like, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
I know,
those
unfortunately, it would mean
good.
I'd have to put up with Donna in them, but just in terms of seeing how well David Tennant comes across.
Yeah, that would be quite cool.
In audio, in comparison.
Yeah, I would like to listen to those ones, but
So you've not been have you still got a big stack of Doctor Who's to watch? Have you caught up with all your Christmas ones now?
Out of the ones that I'm probably going to watch straight away, I'll probably wait for the next few.
I guess you've got some of them, haven't you, which are things that you were basically getting DVD versions of stuff that you'd already seen
that I
before.
haven't got.
So things like Talons of Wang Chang.
But there was
which we
one
got
I
on
completely
iTunes.
forgot about yesterday,
Yeah.
which was the Mutants, which I completely forgot to add to any of my
Oh
lists.
yeah, right, yeah. I'm not even sure which one. Which Doctors and Mutants?
It's John Pertwee one.
Oh,
It's
crumbs.
one which I completely forget about.
Yeah, and it's and you love your John Pertwee ones, as we say most weeks.
No, I know.
Yeah,
It's my favourite era as an overall whole era.
yeah,
You know, not my favourite Doctor, as I say,
yeah.
but my
I know what you
favourite
mean
era.
in terms of actual strength.
throughout
Or
the whole.
throughout the whole of the
I
year.
mean, Tom Baker, the first two or three series are probably better than the entirety of John Pertwee, but as an overall era.
Yeah. So if Tom had finished before he did,
Yeah,
if he'd sort of finished around the end of perhaps the Leela series,
yeah.
that would have been the strongest then, wouldn't it?
Well, his last series isn't as. His last series wouldn't have been as strong
Yeah.
because there's a few duff ones in that
Right.
series.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else Who related aside from that, or anything else you want to report in terms of your more general activities for the
Was it
week?
Sherlock last week?
Y-
It seems like longer than a week ago
Yeah,
since
it's
that.
just
but
confused it because of the length, the delay on the podcast.
it was
but
a week ago exactly.
But yeah, you
Yeah,
watched it.
Sherlock.
Yeah,
My review will be out soon. It's not out yet, but
you recorded it on Wednesday, didn't you? But because I've been out and about, I've not had a chance.
it'll
to
be
upload it
on
yet.
Miss Lewis Moon's YouTube. So, I thought that was a good episode, a good finale, but too complicated, too clever for its own good.
Yeah.
But I won't give any spoilers away for anyone who hasn't watched it. But I suppose the review the other day wasn't as spoiler phobic as I usually reveal. Might be a bit a moderate spoiler warning, maybe.
Yeah, I don't use sport much. I mean, I still haven't got around to watching any of the Sherlocks yet. It's another one of my things to do one day sort of list.
Also, Stranger Things, the
Oh, of course,
Netflix
yeah.
original. I've been continuing to watch that. That's really good.
Yeah.
Really good series.
How would you describe that? I mean, is it a horror?
I suppose so. But it is very good.
Has anything happened in it that's made you jump or creeped you out a bit?
Not that much, but it feels very 80s.
Yeah.
The theme tune is brilliant and everything.
Yeah.
Just feels very atmospheric.
Okay. I will get around to watching that one day as well, but
Yes. Well, I'd recommend both of those to
Yeah.
people. And we don't know whether Sherlock's over, but there's a second series of Stranger Things for fans of that coming later this year.
See, I thought Moffat had made it clear that he wasn't doing any more Sherlocks.
Well, he didn't. He didn't really make it clear. He just said that he's probably not doing any series. I don't think, but I think I think there won't be a series 5, but I bet there'll be like one-off specials, like maybe yearly or something.
I guess a lot of it as well depends on. I mean, Benedict, whatever his name is,
Both Benedict Cumberbatch and
quite big demand,
Martin
aren't they?
Freeman. They're both very big, and they're both, particularly Benedict, who's in loads of films. So
it's quite difficult, therefore, doesn't it, keeping that going?
I read the other day it was apparently meant for season 4, which is the one that we've just had, to air in 2012.
Really?
But because of demands for the two of them, it was put back so many years.
Oh, crumbs. Wow, it's amazing, isn't it?
It's 2017.
Yeah, crumbs.
What have you been watching?
A limited amount. Again, I've been busy out and about. I watched a bit more of my Game of Thrones, so I'm into. I watched on the way back up from London on the train. Actually, I was watching Series 4, Episode 2, and I won't say anything about it for spoilers, but there's something very, very big happens in it.
Really?
So,
What's it called?
The Lion and the Rose.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So very, 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 very big and exciting episode, that one.
Is it?
Yeah. And so I watched that. Still, but in fact, actually, it's only the second time I've watched season 4.
Is it?
So that's quite good. And then yesterday, when I was up in London, I was watching Lazarus, which is the sort of West End Bowie musical, based as a sort of follow-up to a film that Bowie made in the 70s called The Man Who Fell to Earth.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it was good. It was good to hear the music and everything, and the band were very, very strong. The story was really weird and all over the place. I'm not completely sure I understood what was going on.
What was better, that or Man Who Fell to Earth? Because that's meant to be really weird.
Man Who Fell to Earth is really weird as well. It's been a long time since I've watched it.
Is it like the same characters and
Yes.
stuff?
Yes, it's meant to be. It carries on. It's sort of some years after The Man Who Fell to Earth.
Oh yeah.
But I found by the end of it, I wasn't 100% sure whether any of it had really happened, or if any of the characters, other than the main person, were real, or whether they were all in his head. And I'm still not really sure.
Is it the last showing of it? Or?
I think the last showing may be today.
Is it never being shown again?
Not in this country. I think it might be going off into Europe next.
Oh yeah, okay.
So
we are in Europe.
Well, are we? But are we?
Technically.
So, when I say Europe, I mean mainland Europe.
Yeah, okay.
So I think it's going off to mainland Europe next. But yeah, so that's probably, I think, off the top of my head.
I think.
I've been to the cinema a few times, watched a few things, but I can't remember whether I think I talked about that before when I mentioned the Monster Calls, which was very, very strong.
Written by Patrick Ness, writer of Class.
Yeah.
Who's got a funny name if you think about it. But
yeah, so I think that probably sums up my activities for the week.
Mm.
On that note, then, should we crack straight into the news? I know there's one piece I'm particularly excited about, so let's get on with it.
I know what that is.
Let's get into the news.
We've got one of those weeks this week with the news where it's lots of little picky bits of news.
Okay, so that's
Lots
not an
of
excuse for
tiny
everyone
bits.
to turn off and say no news, I'm going.
Yeah, but there are some interesting discussions we may spark. I just wanted to say happy birthday to John Hurt on the day we're filming this. He's 77 today. Also, Tom Baker celebrated his birthday on Friday.
Oh, did he?
And he was 83.
Oh, he had his own birthday. He wasn't celebrating John Hurt's birthday.
No, he had. But happy birthday.
I always like to celebrate John Hurt's birthday 2 days before it actually happens.
January, I think, is the most busy month for birthdays.
Yeah.
Because, everyone has. Most people have their birthdays in January. We don't, but...
Wouldn't it be a great coincidence if every person that played Doctor Who had a birthday on the same day? That's the way it should be, really, shouldn't it? Yeah. You can only get the part if you're born on the 22nd of January.
Yeah. Okay, so... let's do this then. This is taken from Doctor TV then. This is the Best of 2016 awards. So this is a series of polls that they do every year. We're going to talk about it today.
Okay.
You've got to rack your memories back to Class and Return of Dr. Mysterio.
So is this poll still open now?
Yes.
So people can go on, and you'll probably put the link on the show notes.
I will at misslouismoonadventures.weebelieve.com and you can let us know your thoughts over at Twitter. Best pre-title sequence is the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's either the Coal Hill Rift opens from For Tonight We Might Die, the skin-peeling dragon strikes from the Coach of the Dragon Tattoo, the death and return of Jasper Aduela in Night Visiting, April and Cora Canis' connection strengthens in The Co-Owner of a Lonely Heart, April vows to kill the Shadow Kin in Bravish Heart. Is detention always like this from Detained? Quill prepares to gain her freedom in The Metaphysical Engine or What Quill Did. April sings a song for the Lost in The Lost. And You're a Superhero in Return of Dr. Mysterio.
Can I say what my favourite is?
What?
It would have to be the Dr. Mysterio one.
Me too.
I mean, I think
I voted
I
for
really,
that.
really liked Class, but I thought
the pre-title sequence is there. They don't.
no.
I mean, the last one The last one's alright.
It's not the
There's
strongest.
something
bit,
that
is it?
happens in it,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah,
but it's not the strongest
I think
bit.
I
yeah.
have to give Doctor Mysterio
Yeah,
because it was
me
really
too.
effective as well.
It was very good. I liked that bit. Okay, which episode showcased the best visual effects? Was it For Tonight We Might Die, The Coach of the Dragon Tattoo, Night Visiting, Current of a Lonely Heart, Bravest Heart, Detained, Metaphysical Engine or What Quill Did, The Lost, or Return of Doctor Mysterio?
I think I'd probably have to go for the Quill one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
There's quite a graphic scene
And just
where
I
they actually
like
pull the
I like
eye
the
out.
imagery when they were out and about.
Oh yeah,
as
and the
well.
desert scenes
Yeah.
and stuff, and the foresty sort of bits. It's a beautiful, surrounding.
Yeah.
Musical score. I struggle with this one the most actually because I've struggled to remember some of the music.
Yeah, I can't remember.
For Tonight We Might Die, Coach of the Dragon Tattoo, Night Visiting, Current of a Lonely Heart, Bravest Heart, Detained, Metaphysical Engine or What Quill Did, The Lost, or Return of Doctor Mysterio.
I think I might go for Return of Doctor Mysterio here.
Yeah.
Reason being because it has this really catchy piece of music in it. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
Because of this. Do do do.
Yeah. And in the
I've
other
heard it
one, it's
before.
like,
So,
what's the theme tune to Class?
I can't remember.
No, I can't
No, I never
remember.
liked it. But I've
I
heard that
didn't mind it to the end.
that piece of music before from somewhere, but it's been such a long time since Doctor Who's been on telly that I'd forgotten where from.
Yeah. It was
Um,
the only episode with it in. What was the best monster then? Was it the Shadowkin from Series 1 of Class, the Dragon from The Coach of the Dragon Tattoo, the Lankin from Night Visiting, the Killer Flower Petals from Cohen of a Lonely Heart and Bravish Heart, the Prisoner from Detained, or the Harmony Shoal from The Return of Doctor Mysterio?
I'd like to go for the Shadowkin there.
Me too. It's a tough one between the Harmony Shoal and the Shadowkin because they both look great.
Yeah. No. That's fine.
The Harmony Shoal have their head things, but the Shadowkin do look really cool.
They're more rounded as a villain, I think.
They are,
Shadowkin.
yeah. And they were a recurring villain. They were in half of the series.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed.
The best villain then? Was it Korakinas from Series 1? Was it Dawson from The Coach of the Dragon Tattoo? Was it Dorothy from Series 1? Was it the Chair of the Governors from The Lost? Was it Dr. Sim from Return of Doctor Mysterio? Or Mr. Brock from Return of Doctor Mysterio?
Oh, that's really hard one actually.
Yeah.
That is a tough one. I would probably have to go for, what was the first one again?
Korakinas.
Yeah, I have to go for that, I think. Do you agree with that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Best of 2016 Awards, Guest Actor then.
Okay.
I'm going to name the characters because you'll probably remember the characters better. Anna Schaefer.
No.
Vivian Aduela.
No, yeah.
Vivian Aduela. Mr. Armitage. Korakinas. Coach Dawson. Jasper Aduela. Orla Raff. Hugh McLean. Ballon. Chair of the Governors. Young Grant. Mr. Brock. Or Dr. Sim.
I've no idea who most of these people are, so I'm going to go for Armitage.
Okay, yeah, everyone loves Mr. Armitage.
Yeah.
Let's see. Supportive actor then. Is it Jordan Renzo as Mateus, Aaron Neal as Varun, who's Ram's dad, Matt Lucas as Nardo, or Justin Chatwin as Grant or the Ghost?
But see, the funny thing is with that, I would probably have gone for the woman in it. If I was choosing it. The woman that played the news reporter. She's not an option, is she?
Oh no, this is supportive actor. There's female actors.
Oh, is it?
on
Okay.
set.
In that, right, okay. Do you know what? I'm going to shock everyone here. And I'm going to go for Nardo.
Oh yeah, me too. I went for him.
But it's when people know that I wasn't very complimentary about the character.
Most people are going to go for one of these two, I reckon.
Yeah. Okay.
Supportive actress then.
Yep.
Pookie Quesnell as Dorothy, Sharon Murray as Jackie, or Charity Wakefield as Lucy?
I would go for Lucy. No. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. This is quite an unfair one, I think. Peter Capaldi as the Doctor, Greg Austin as Charlie Smith, or Fadi Elisad as Ram Singh.
Oh, it's got to be Capaldi, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's quite an unfair one for the
What was
members
that
of cast.
Members cast, right? Yeah.
And here we have Best Female Actor, Sophie Hopkins as April, Vivian Apara as Tanya, or Catherine Kelly as Miss Quill.
That's quite a tough one, actually.
It is quite a tough one.
I'm going to go for April, because
Yes.
it's the character I've warmed to most, but I'd imagine probably Quill will come out on top of that.
I think she will, yeah. Okay, well, yeah. That's that one then. Let's see.
That's probably the hardest one of those polls ever to do, just because there was so little activity, wasn't it?
I know, it was, yeah, but luckily they had class.
Yeah.
Episodes 3 and 4 of Class aired this week on BBC One.
And an absurd
Yeah.
time of the evening.
I know, it's amazing how we still got Class news when it ended like 2 months ago or something. But Class episode 3, Night Visiting, had an audience of 0.84 million viewers for its debut on BBC One. It aired at 10:45, and it was a share of 9% of the total TV audience. Although the ratings are slightly down on last week, the series did manage to rate higher than the other 4 main channels, with Newsnight on BBC Two getting 0.67 million and Through the Keyhole on ITV getting 0.61 million.
Okay. So I'm just still not very convinced at all
Yeah.
about that it's on the right time, because
Well, yeah.
in my mind they can't expect to get a good number of viewers
No.
at that time.
And the second episode is going to be an even bigger disadvantage.
Yeah.
And co-owner of A Lonely Heart, which was one of the better ones in Class.
Yeah.
Followed at 11:30 and had 0.28 million watching,
Right.
which was a 5.1% share of the audience. The episode was beaten by Tattoo Fixers on Channel 4 with 0.45 million, and by Celebrity Big Brother on 5 with 0.42 million.
Yeah.
Class-
I can
yeah.
imagine that would beat it.
Yeah, me too. Not the Tattoo Fixers though.
No.
How did Tattoo Fixers beat Celebrity Big Brother and Class?
Yeah.
Class has been available on the BBC Three online channel since October, exactly 3 months ago. Last week's transmission of episodes 1 and 2 had audience appreciation figures of 70 and 71 respectively.
What's that like? Is that very good?
Not
or
as good as Doctor Who.
No.
Let's put it like that. Official consolidated figures will be available in 2 weeks' time.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not going to go on about it too much, because I know we had a gripe about it last week, but I just feel that the BBC have let down the Class people. Really,
They have,
with
yeah.
the way that they've focused it. I mean, obviously, it's got to be on at a later time, but I don't. Why have they stuck it on BBC One? If they're gonna do it, why don't they stick it slightly early on BBC Two?
Really don't know.
It's really
I
odd.
think it should be on at 9 o'clock on BBC Two.
Yeah, that's what I think. Better suited.
That would be... It's perfect timing.
Mm.
Then it would end about 10:30, which is an okay timing.
Yeah, just be far more logical. I mean, it's crazy the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The director Rodney Bennett has died at the age of 81. Rodney Bennett directed 10 episodes of Doctor Who. The first of these was the 2-part 1975 story, The Sontaran Experiment, the first Doctor Who story to be filmed entirely as a television outside broadcast. The production, filmed in Dartmoor, was disrupted when the leading actor Tom Baker broke his collarbone during filming, necessitating the actor wearing a neck brace under the scarf. Oh no,
Yeah.
I think I think there was a story I knew about this guy.
Yeah?
Can't use names on this podcast, can I?
Can you not? Why not?
Michael, you know Michael.
Oh, yeah,
I think he used to live next door to this guy or something.
Oh, really?
Because he said it was the guy who directed the Ark in Space.
Oh, okay.
This story is regarded as a classic, with both Russell T Davies and Stephen Moffat citing the story as one of their favourites from the original run of the series. The story enjoyed 2 of its highest ratings in the programme's history, with 13.6 million tuning in for episode 2. Rodney Bennett's final story for Doctor Who was the 1976 story The Mask of Mandragora, filmed largely at the Welsh resort of Port Merion. The story also marks the first appearance of the TARDIS's secondary control room. Rodney Bennett had a long career with the BBC, first working in radio. He moved into television in the late 1960s, working first in the schools department. He happened to be in the right place when the regular Z-Cars director fell ill, giving him a chance to move into the mainstream drama. He went on to work on such series as The Legend of King Arthur, Sense and Sensibility, Doomby and Son, and Dr. Finlay. You can read a full obituary by Toby Haddock on the mysteryscreenadventures.weebly.com website, and you can see Toby has compiled a tribute to those from the world of Doctor Who died in 2016.
Wowza.
We'd like to also say tribute to the star of the Daleks, Philip Bond, who appeared in 5 episodes of The Daleks, first shown in 1963 and 4. He played the role of Ganatus, a member of the Thal expedition who travelled with Ian and Barbara on their expedition to enter the city via the mountains. During the journey, Ganatus witnessed the death of his brother, an experience which brought him closer to Barbara. He had a big role as in such shows as the Onadin Line, Walk Across Mile, 199 Park Lane, No Hiding Place, Sherlock Holmes, The Avengers, Justice, Z-Cars, The Main Chance, The Children of the New Forest, An Englishman's Castle, Shoestring, The Only Fools and Horses, The Life and Adventures of Nicholas Nickleby, Casualty, and Midsummer Murders.
Okay, quite a bit then.
He's
I remember when I was growing up, there's a little bit of a tangent here, folks, but You Needn't Lie, as soon as the music used to come on from that, it was like, oh
from
no,
what?
not this programme, You Needn't Lie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just the music just made me realise that this really, for a young lad like I was, this really, really boring programme was about to start.
Was it?
Because
really
it was in the days when there was only 3 channels.
Yes. Right. Final thing. The Havoc Files. Lethbridge Stewart.
Lethbridge Stewart news. It's the first bit of 2017 Lethbridge Stewart news.
I know. We haven't had this for a long time.
I'm excited.
We just missed this last Saturday.
Yeah. Okay.
Candy Jar Books have announced the 3rd in its short story anthologies, The Havoc Files, bringing together tales from 2016 and brand new exclusive material. This includes The Bledo Cadets and the Bald Man of Pengriffin by Tim Gambrell. They couldn't make that title any harder to pronounce. The Last Duty by Christopher Bryant, Eve of the Fomerians by Robert Ramone, The Wishing Bazaar by Sharon Bidwell, The Feast of Evans by Simon A. Forward, Home for Christmas by the Author Collective, Slouching Towards Detsen by Sean Collins, Lucy Wilson by Sue Hampton, and The Lost Skin Episode 2 by Andy Franklin Allen. Slouching Towards Detsen serves as a teaser for the next Lethbridge Stewart novel, The Night of the Intelligent, which is due out
Next
in the
week.
spring of 2017.
Yeah, really? Okay, so a bit away.
The collection also includes the second part of the 3-part novella, The Lost Skin. The first part appeared in the second volume of the Havoc Files. This is again written by Andy Franklin Allen, who's the head of the range, actually.
I should just point out, although it's a little bit of an in-joke we have about the Lethbridge Stewart novels, just because they seem to come out quite regularly, but we've got nothing against them at all, and it's great the Candy Jar books.
Yes, it is great.
But it is a little in-joke that we've got.
The Havoc Files 3 is only available to pre-order direct from the Candy Jar store with a strictly limited print run.
Excellente.
Excellente McExcellente.
And is that all our news?
I believe it is.
Wowza. I do wonder when we're going to start getting some detailed Doctor Who news. I mean, ever since they started filming, I've been figuring we're going to get more news, and in fact, they managed to keep
this series has been the least talked about series in the whole run of Doctor Who.
Yeah, I mean, that could be a good thing, couldn't it?
It could be, because it avoids spoilers.
Is it that, or is it just that people are losing interest? I mean, I don't know.
Or it could be that people are just getting really rubbish, and there's nothing actually shocking that happens in the next series that's actually good.
I reckon it's just going to be a lot more of it's going to be filmed perhaps in the studio, and therefore we've not seen people out on location, because it's the location stuff which tends to get reported.
I had a dream about a horrible episode of Series 10 the other day.
Did you?
And that was where I don't know why I dreamt it or something, but the TARDIS was like just a room.
Mm-hmm.
I missed the entrance of Bill, and the main monsters, which are presumably like the Flood or something, are singing.
Really?
It's like horrible.
Did you wake up in a hot sweat?
No, I didn't. I just thought this better not be a real episode.
Okay, does that wrap up the news?
Yes.
So what do we have next on the show?
We have our 6-episode challenge, part 9, which is the 1980s. So, the 6-episode challenge is a little thing we've been doing for quite a while now. So, basically, what we do, we choose 6 episodes each, this time from the 1980s, and after we've read them out, we challenge each other's with other episodes.
Okay. As a reminder, can you just remind people what's won the 1960s and the 1970s?
1960s was won by Power of the Daleks.
Yeah.
And 1970s was won by Genesis of the Daleks. So, is a Dalek episode going to win this time?
We shall see.
Some people would think so, but probably not.
Okay.
So,
are you going to start with
judging
your
by I don't have any Dalek episodes in my list. Okay, so my top 6.
Okay.
Caves of Androzani.
Yeah.
Curse of Fenric.
Yeah.
Earthshock.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
The 5 Doctors.
Yeah.
And Trial of a Time Lord. Now, Trial of the Time Lord is sort of the one it's easily going to be replaced.
Yeah, and you're looking at that in its entirety rather than a single...
Yeah, actually I might need a pen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I pass you a pen without you clicking anything on it?
Is it a clicky pen?
It's a non-clicky pen.
Oh yeah, I won't click it.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay, so, interesting list.
Yeah.
There might be a few common themes I would suggest with mine. Shall I just read mine out?
Yes.
So my top 6, and I've got a bit of a disadvantage here because there's quite a big chunk of the 80s ones that I've not watched. But I've got Caves of Androzani.
Yeah.
Keeper of Trakan.
Yeah.
Earthshock.
Yeah.
The 2 Doctors.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
And Legopolis.
Yeah. Interestingly, all of those appear in either my top 6 or my running up list.
Okay, well, that's quite interesting.
Yeah, I've got 6 in the runners up list that you could possibly challenge me with.
Okay, well, I would say I'm going to try and challenge your Trial of a Time Lord.
Okay.
And say that surely everything around the Keeper of Trakan was more original than anything that happens in Trial of a Time Lord.
How do you know you've not even watched Trial of Time Lord?
I'm taking an educated guess. So that's my thinking. I'm thinking Trakan, not Time Lord.
I like Keeper of Traken.
Yep.
I like long epic episodes of Doctor Who. You know I do.
So therefore you're going for Child of Time Lord still, are you?
Probably.
Another one then to throw at you, and I haven't got it on my list because I can't remember which one it is. But the Dalek, the Sylvester McCoy Dalek episode.
I've got it on my runners-up list.
Yeah, see now
actually.
that always seems to finish really high on Doctor Who polls more generally, doesn't it?
I want to watch it again because I've always thought it was the most overrated episode of Doctor Who history.
Really? Okay.
Even ahead of Dalek.
Yeah.
But, I like Remembrance. It's not that I'd say it was one of the best ones of Doctor Who.
But is Child of Time Lord better?
No, probably not, but I prefer it.
Okay, and it is going to what's your favourites, isn't it?
Yeah.
Funny enough, when I started writing my list out, there was only one episode that I'd seen that isn't in this list that would stand a chance of challenging it, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
Did you want to guess what that may be, or not?
Can you read yours out again, please?
The Cases of Androzani, Keeper
Yeah.
of Trakan,
Yeah.
Earthshock, Two Doctors, Kinda, and the Gopolis.
Mark of the Rani?
No. Although
Attack of the Cybermen.
I do really like the Mark of the Rani
Yeah.
bits with the Doctor being pushed out.
Yeah.
Pit.
Attack of the Cybermen.
Nope.
Resurrection of the Daleks.
Nope. It's a Peter Davidson one. You haven't got it.
Visitation.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
really like the Visitation, and mainly because I really like Richard Mace,
Yeah.
and therefore I was
We all like
I was
Richard
contemplating that in there, but the more when I went down to it, I just thought I really like the Visitation, but it's not better than any of these other six.
Do you have a runners-up list?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but mainly with things that were runners up to challenge you with, but you've mentioned them all already.
Have
I
you?
pretty much could have guessed your list. Other than, can I just have a look at it again? No, can you read it out again?
Case of Androzani, Curse of Fenric,
Yeah.
Earthshock,
Yeah.
Kinda,
Yeah.
5 Doctors, Trial of Time Lord.
The one that I wasn't expecting to see in there was Kinda in yours.
Oh no, I like Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Kinda. It's weird, it's
Yeah.
bizarre, but it is possibly one of the most bizarre Doctor Who stories.
Yeah, I
But
really like it.
I think it's very different.
What about then, thinking through the Sylvester McCoy era, you had Curse of Fenric in there, didn't you?
Yeah.
What about Survival?
Oh yeah, Survival. I like Survival.
Is Survival
What about
better
Survival?
than Child of Time Lord?
Probably not.
No?
Yeah, maybe actually. I don't know. Yeah, it is.
So I don't think I'll be changing your mind. I'm pretty convinced
Survival.
with the limited amounts that I've seen. I'm pretty comfortable that these are the top 6.
What about the 5 Doctors?
The
From
5
what your
Doctors,
memory
I
is?
just can't remember sufficiently because I was a kid when I watched it. I just can't remember it sufficiently to give it for it to be fair to be in.
Okay. Do you want to hear my runners-up list? Then?
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
So I've put Remembrance of Daleks, 2 Doctors.
Yep.
Vengeance on Varos.
Yep.
The Keeper of Trakan.
Yep.
Legopolis.
Yep.
And now Trial of a Time Lord.
Okay.
Um,
So actually, our list is nearer than you would imagine.
It is, but I've got Survivor in there. I've got the 5 Doctors in there. I've got Curse of Fenric in there.
So if we had to now narrow that down to say the best episode for 1980.
Well, we'll do top 3
The top
first,
three,
so
okay.
it's easier.
Okay, do you
well,
want to go for your top 3 first?
Surely we have to agree that we've both got Case of Androzani, Earthshock and Kinda. Not necessarily as the best stories, but
We have both got them. Yeah.
I suppose I'd say as overall, Case of Androzani, 5 Doctors, Curse of Fenric.
Yeah. Okay.
What would you
I've
say?
not seen 2 of
Top
those. So
3.
if I was looking at the top 3, it would probably be Keith Van Zani, Keeper of Trakan, and Earthshock.
Okay, yeah.
But it's close between Trakan and Kinder, to be honest.
For what?
For the to get into it.
Oh yeah.
I've got Trakan in there, but it could just as easily be Kinder.
The
best one, I think the best one runs out miles ahead of the others. I think.
Case of Androzani.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Case of Androzani is a lot better than Earthshock.
We love Case of Androzani. Everyone loves Case of Androzani.
I personally, I really like Earthshock. It's in my top 6 there.
Yeah.
But I would say that Earthshock is a bit overrated.
It is a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you put it in the top 3?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Mainly because it's not. You often describe this era of Doctor Who as being a bit nair,
It is, yeah.
and I think that's probably fair. There's not that many bad episodes, but there's a lot that are just are.
Twin Dilemma and the Paradise Towers and stuff.
Yeah.
It's no particularly terrible. There's not really, like, definitely in the Peter Davidsons, there's not really terrible episodes. There's
Peter Davidson's era is probably the most nair era of any.
Yes, because there's
Doctor,
not really any terrible episodes. There's
Yeah.
not really many fantastic episodes.
Yeah, no, that's
Cases
again.
probably, but
So
the
that
rarest
then,
era.
so that means that we've got for the 60s Power of the Daleks,
Yeah.
70s Genesis of the Daleks.
Yeah.
We've now added in the Keys of Androzani
Yes.
as the best episode from the 1980s, and brilliant. Yeah, actually
Yeah.
that was easier than I thought it was going to be.
Yes.
And we
was.
still pretty much agreed, albeit that there's probably a few that would have got in if I'd have watched them.
Yeah.
Just because the feedback from the 5 Doctors is always quite strong, isn't it?
I like the 5 Doctors.
Yeah, I don't really remember very much about it at all, and we've seen little clips of it recently, but not enough for me to make any proper judgment. And you're clicking that pen.
There you go. So
If you tune into this podcast every week, we will give away a pen so that you too can click it in time with us.
yeah. Okay, so should we move on now then?
I think so. I think we've summed that up. Well,
Yeah.
what happens next week with this item? Is it moving into New Who?
New Who, yeah.
Yep. So will it be
Do
how
you
we're going to do it? Into
Do you think we should do? Well, we've already done Revived, so we'll do 2000s.
Yeah.
Do you think we should do 2010s after Series 10's aired?
Maybe we should do it and then challenge it. Maybe we should do it in the week after next,
Yeah.
and then revisit it as part of our
Okay.
summary of the season.
Yes.
Brilliant. Okay. Good.
Okay.
Well, if that's knocked that particular item on the head, that takes us on to our probably final item,
Depending on.
depending on time.
Okay,
Choose.
so that is our review of The Angels Take Manhattan. So then, this week it's our review of The Angels Take Manhattan, which is a Matt Smith story actually. Our third 11th Doctor story in a row, and we've not had any other Doctors in 2017 yet.
The other thing about it, it's
May
not only
change.
that, is it? It's our third story in a
Season
row
7.
from season 7,
Yeah.
which is bizarre when you think that the randomizer, which selects episodes for us, is, as the name would cunningly suggest, a completely random thing.
Well, if we randomly chose episodes, we would choose it like classic followed by new most of the time, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
But The Angels Take Manhattan, it's the 5th episode of the 7th series. It's the last in the first block of episodes in this half of the series, and it's after Power 3 and it's before the Snowman. The episode was written by Stephen Moffat and directed by Nick Curran. Amy's departure from the series was compromised between Gillen and Moffat, so this is the departure of Amy and Rory from the show. Production took place in April 2012, with location filming in Wales and a small crew filming in the United States in Central Park. The Angels Take Manhattan was watched by 7.82 million viewers in the UK and received mostly positive reviews, though critics noted some plot holes and other logical issues. Do you need to
Yeah, I'm going to come up with a quick plot summary.
scroll down?
So let me see.
Okay.
Okay, what I always do with these, I use the if anyone that's ever follows along what we're doing, I don't ever read what Wikipedia says, but I sort of summarise it based on what I see in front of me. So, in terms of a plot here, it starts off with the Doctor, Amy and Rory all tucking into a nice hearty picnic in Central Park, and they're it's sort of like modern time, so it was 2012 when the episode came out, and this was happening in 2012. The Doctor's reading from a pulp novel, and it was about a detective from the 1930s called Melody Malone. Now, the Doctor's refusing to read ahead to reveal spoilers, and he does something which apparently he always does, although this is the first time we've ever heard about him doing it, but he tears out the last page, and it's all because he doesn't like endings. And that's a theme that's hit upon at numerous times throughout the episode.
It is, yeah. And I think it's mentioned a few times afterwards.
Yeah, that's right. They're just reading through. I think Rory was decided to go and get some coffees for the Doctor and Amy. So he wanders on off to get himself to get these coffees. And whilst he's gone, the Doctor starts reading Amy some of the book, and they're quite shocked to suddenly find that Rory is written into the storyline. Amy insists on reading ahead, but the Doctor's warning her that anything she reads will be destined to happen, because it becomes obvious that this story is about them. It's about what they're doing right there and right now. Rory's mysteriously disappeared, and it turns out it's something to do with Weeping Angels.
Yes.
Foes that we witnessed dating back to 2 times before, dating back to Blink, which is what year?
2007.
2007. And I think it's pretty fair to say, isn't it, the Weeping Angels have really built up a following as probably the most popular monster from New Who, I would suggest.
Yes, well, this is 5 years after, I believe.
Yeah, okay.
Blink,
So Rory and, it turns out, River, who was the person that's actually written the book, they've both been captured by Mr. Grail, and he's a collector of items, and he's got in his building this weakened and chained Weeping Angel. It gives orders for Rory to be locked in a cellar downstairs, and then there's these really little cheruby angels running around with childlike voices, which is odd, really, because they got the childlike laughs, but then as they get older, they forget how to make any noise whatsoever.
I know. It's weird, and
they lose their voices as they grow older. Either that was just shy. Maybe they're just shy.
yeah.
Because I'm just trying to think. The going back to the other one in Matt Smith's era,
Yes.
Time with the Angels.
Yes.
They do talk on that, don't they?
One
but
of
only
them
through the
does talk.
voices of the humans. Is that
Yes,
right?
that is right. It's Bob
Yeah.
or something. Angel Bob.
Because they can't find. Because I've skipped a bit here. The Doctor and Amy need to be able to get back into the sort of 1930s in order to work out what's happened with Rory, which they do through some fairly detailed plot involving messages going back and forth between the Doctor and River Song. In order to actually find Rory, though, the Doctor looks at the chapter titles in the book for some hints, because again he can't read the book, because as soon as he reads the story, whatever he sees will be destined to happen. But he does notice the title of the last chapter is Amelia's Last Farewell, and he gets therefore quite scared about it. Rory himself is in this old apartment, and when the Doctor and River and Amy arrive, Rory discovers that actually the person that's in the apartment with him is actually an elder version of himself reaching the end of his life, which is effectively therefore sealing Rory's fate, which is upsetting for particularly Amy. Doctor doesn't seem so bothered.
No,
He's more concerned about Amy, I think.
he is. He doesn't really care about Rory that much in this one.
Not to the same extent, does he? And then really, that's probably about enough for me to say, I think, really, because it's then what can they do, if anything, to save Rory's existence? Because effectively, anything that they change would cause a time paradox.
Yes.
Does that sound like a fair summary?
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Should I
Yeah, what's your general
share
thoughts?
my thoughts? I've been looking forward to watching this one actually.
Yep.
Because I think it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very atmospheric story,
Yeah.
and I think it's not as good as Blink, but it's better than the Time of Angels, Flesh and Stone.
Yeah.
Even though that's not a bad episode. You know, we've got here the last episode with Amy and Rory. I think it's a pretty good farewell, as Dee Cool was saying earlier. It's quite a different departure for a companion.
It is, yeah. Well, I think
You know, it's not a typical way of death, like Adric or something.
it was quite clever, though. I mean, thinking of it, I mean, we obviously watching it again now, we knew what happened at the end. But if you
Yes.
imagine watching it again as a newcomer for the first time you watched it, we knew that Amy and Rory were going, but that was about all we did know. And they sort of teased throughout the episode a number of different things around.
Like Rory's grave and stuff.
Yes, that's right, yeah. And Amelia's last farewell, that immediately just sounded like she was just going to leave normally.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's like, this is quite a good ending. I mean, we've got a few... I mean, the Clara ending... It's a good idea that the Doctor can't remember her,
Yeah.
but it's not like... I think this ending's probably stronger.
Yeah, I think it probably is as well, yeah.
I mean, the Face the Raven ending's probably better. Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
They're both quite strong, aren't they?
But the Angels Take Manhattan
Yeah.
is a better ending than the Halburn one.
What's your take on the Weeping Angels? Just
I-
first of all, generally, and then secondly, within this episode.
I love the Weeping Angels. They are a very good idea for a villain. I think they probably are the best revived series villain. I mean, here we've got stuff like, you know, in Modern Who we've got things like the Silence and the Slitheen and stuff that have been created. I think the Weeping Angels in this one are at quite a high.
I think so. I think the only one to me, the only villain that I can think of in New Who, which has got potential to be better than the Weeping Angels,
Yeah.
are the Flood.
Oh yeah.
Because that is a really,
And
really clever idea.
as we were saying earlier, there are sort of rumours, I wouldn't get our hopes up, but there are rumours that the first episode will feature the Flood
Yeah.
of Series 10. I mean, there are water-based creatures.
Yeah. Let's hope so, because these were good. Okay. I learned something new about the Weeping Angels watching this episode. Because I'd always thought, rightly or wrongly, that in alien form, the Weeping Angels looked exactly the same. I just figured that they were monsters that just happened to look a bit like silhouettes, or a bit like statues.
Yeah.
But the indication from watching this episode is that that's not the case, that they use the bodies of these statues. And
Yeah.
I guess...
I didn't know that either.
And that becomes, because one of my gripes about this story, and I do really, really like it generally, but I really hate the bit with the Statue of Liberty coming alive.
Yeah.
To me, that's just a bit naff. It's a little
It
bit.
is.
I've moaned about it on numerous occasions, but that whole thing of feeling a need to have to show landmarks, everybody.
We've got that in
around the
Bells
world
of
can-
St John's as well, that we were
Yeah,
talking
no,
about
that's
2
right.
weeks ago.
Yeah, and it sort of smells a little bit to me of because they're trying to sell Doctor Who as a product worldwide, they immediately want some of these landmarks in it so people can associate with it.
Yeah.
And which in itself there's not a real problem with, but I just find it in this instance a little bit cheesy. What do you think of that? Well, it's quite feasible if they are spirits that go into things, then why not? But
it's not been a thing that's bothered me in the past. Let's say that. I mean, I think Bells of St John did overdo it a tiny bit at points.
Yeah.
With the, as we were talking about, one view is the Doctor behind like St Paul's or something, and the other is Clara behind the Shard. This one, I think it's just the setting. It's just, you know, New York.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't really bother me. It doesn't really bother me that much. At least in most episodes. I like to see the landmark, so I prefer the episodes set in like London, say, than the ones set in, say, a space station. But the ones, as long as the episodes in London are good, like the War Machines. Like, I like the classic Who ones, like Dalek Invasion of Earth and stuff, where they go to these sort of places.
Yeah, and I guess to a certain extent, I'm counteracting my own views, because I do like seeing places that I've been to before.
Yeah.
I just get a bit frustrated with it being the same places that they constantly show, you know, as particular landmarks.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do too good, too bad right now.
Okay.
So 2 good things, too good, about this particular episode, and then we'll think about 2 bad things, too bad.
Okay.
1 each. So first of all,
bad I'm going to struggle with, but I'm going to say a good farewell to Amy and Rory, which Amy and Rory have been, definitely particularly Amy, she was in as the companion for 2.5 series.
Yeah, I think she's a very, very strong companion as well.
I mean, Clara's also in it for 2.5 series. I think that's a bit too much for a companion. I think 2 at a max is the perfect amount. I think their stories go on for a bit too long. When we get to Bill, I mean, Doctor Who revolves around change. I mean, with Clara it was okay, but I think she maybe should have left at series 8. You know, so...
I think that Amelia Pond is probably the most charming of the companions that we've seen in New Who. I like... She's just very bubbly. I like her.
Yeah.
I think she's really good. I know a lot of people don't, do they?
She's not one of my favourites, I must say, but she's not a bad companion. She's a good companion.
Yeah, but wouldn't be in your top 5.
Wouldn't be in my top 5. I don't think she was in my 6 episode challenge.
Okay,
we did that.
True. Okay, there's something else I was going to ask about this. Oh no, so that was your one good, yeah?
Yeah.
So my good, I think I'll go for the actual look and feel of the episode. I really liked the visuals on it. I thought it captured the 1930s feel really, really well. It was very creepy. The way that it did the angels was very, very creepy. Yeah. So I think I would go for the style and look at the episode. Okay, so that's too good. Too bad.
I can't think of one without stealing yours, so I'm going to hand over to you.
Okay, well I'll give mine then first of all, which is the point I was making earlier on about the silly Statue of Liberty monster.
I can't think of one apart from that.
I can give you one other if you like. So I'll do both the too bad.
Yeah, okay.
I find some of the dialogue between River Song, the Doctor, and Rory Amy a little bit cringy at times. I think as soon as you've got the whole bit at once, it's discovered that she's actually the daughter of Rory and Amy. There's something that just gripes with me whenever she refers to Mum and Dad. And it's harsh, because in reality, if that story had happened, that's exactly how she would talk. It just gripes with me a little bit, and all the hello sweetie stuff gripes with me a little bit.
I'm not a big fan of River Song, but I did really like her with Peter Capaldi in The Husbands of River Song. I think that was when she was at her strongest. But I don't like her with Matt Smith. I mean, she's okay, but she's a bit weird sometimes.
Yeah, I just find that it just makes me cringe a little bit sometimes, some of the dialogue there. But it's It's all right. But I would
Yeah.
go into it would be in part my too bad.
I wish I'd thought of that because, yeah.
Does that bother you as well?
It does, yeah. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of River Song. Let's just say that she's okay. There's certain episodes where I really like her, but there are some episodes where how she's used in it and how, you know, she's, you know, what context she's in it, she does get on my nerves a little bit.
I did think actually this is probably one of my favourite Matt Smith episodes.
It is, yeah.
I think he's actually really, really strong in this, I think.
He is, yeah.
What do you think? I mean, we talked a little bit about the loss of Amy and Rory.
Yes.
Well do you think that worked in terms of the sentimentality of this episode? And you get the double death, really, don't you?
I think they've been there for a long time, so it's sort of built up a more emotional attachment. Say, if Dodo died, you wouldn't really care as much, would you?
Big extinct, like a dodo.
I know.
Yeah. I thought they dealt with this very, very well, and it was, you just assume in the end that you knew that Amy and Rory were going, but I think you'd assumed they'd defeated the villains. Although I guess it does spell out to you a little bit, because clearly when they first arrive there, you see that Weeping Angel as one of the gravestones. But you then forget that again, I think, particularly first time round. And therefore, when all of a sudden the Weeping Angel arrives, it's a little bit of a shock.
The first time around, it was a bit of a shock when Rory gets touched by the angel.
Yeah. No, I think so. So, wrapping that up then. Scores, yeah.
Okay, so monsters and villains.
It's got to be a 9, I would say, for that,
Yes.
because it's the Weeping Angels and they are killer.
Character development.
Really strong character development, actually, because you've got the whole thing between Doctor and Amy and Rory, and Amy and Rory themselves have got quite a lot of character development. She realises that Rory is her true love, even though she's often there trying to kiss the Doctor and things in other episodes. So I think I'll probably give it a 9 actually for character development.
Okay. Pace.
Really good pace to it. Probably about an 8, I would say.
Excitement.
Really well balanced, exciting episode. So I'm going to give it an 8 for that as well.
And story.
Story is pretty strong, I think. Not something I would have thought of the way that they've done it. I might give it an 8 for that as well, I think.
Okay, 42 out of 50.
Yeah.
What would you give it as an overall score?
Probably about an 8, I would suggest.
Me too, yeah.
Yeah. It's very, very good. It's still, I mean, thinking about the randomizer chart, so the 95 episodes that we've watched so far, I think I placed it around 27 from memory.
Yeah, let me check. Wait. Let's go there. Would it run this in the background? Okay, you've placed it 27th.
Yeah.
I've placed it 19th.
There we have it. Yeah, and that feels about right. So,
it does, yeah.
It's probably just about in the top third of stories we've watched since we started the randomizer.
It's quite high for me, particularly.
Yeah.
But bit lower for you.
Anything else to add on Angels Take Manhattan?
I don't think so.
Okay. What did you actually go just a very quick one?
Yeah.
Because I didn't mention it in the synopsis. What do you think of the opening session in this one? The intro.
I quite like it. It's a good setup. It's a good feel of what the episode's going to be like.
Yeah.
Let me check my Twitter polls.
Oh yeah, the Twitter poll. We always forget to bring this. So we try and set up a Twitter poll to ask people what they made of it, and then we forget to actually look at it live on the show. So.
Did you retweet it?
I did, yes. So.
Wait.
We asked the question.
Find it from you.
We asked the question.
Okay, yeah.
You might have to repeat it 'cause I can't remember.
What do you think of the Angels Take Manhattan?
Okay, and that's 4 responses, which are
50% good, 25% alright, and 25% terrible, and 0% fantastic. What did you vote?
I did give it a vote. I said good.
Well, I can't vote, but I would also say good.
Yeah. Okay, well thanks everyone that took part in that poll, and we'll be doing these polls on a weekly basis, I think, for whatever it is that we
that we are running at the time? That poll is still actually running, isn't it? That
It
runs
is,
through for
so you
another
can
couple of hours, I think.
Is it a 1 day poll or a 2 day poll?
I can't remember. I think it said it had another 2 hours on it when I looked
I can't
earlier.
remember whether I set
Actually,
it up.
it's probably can't actually vote for it.
Oh no,
but
you can't. You probably can't because you're probably listening to
Yeah.
this about 2 hours after we
yeah,
recording.
so it's probably has finished now. But there'll be another poll for you to enjoy.
next
next
week.
week. Which
Make sure you vote for that.
shall we go on to that then? The magic.
Let's find out what
randomizer?
that poll will be. But you can vote in that. Make sure you check that out at Dr. Who time and as in n space.
Okay. So let's go for it. What have we got on the magic randomizer? Do you want to explain the randomizer briefly?
Yes. So it's a massive Excel spreadsheet. Every episode of Doctor Who ever, it picks one out. As long as we've got it, we'll watch it and review it for next week's show. If it's 6 or more parts, we will review it over a 2-week period.
Okay. So without anything else, we shall pop back to the randomizer, the magic randomizer as we like to call it, and we shall press that magic button. Play that magic button, Funky Boy.
No, we can't watch that one, sadly.
Okay.
Oh.
We're back. It's another Series 7 one, isn't it?
No, it's Matt Smith.
Matt Smith. Okay.
Season 6.
So it's another New Who one.
Yeah, oh,
From the-
I wanted a classic Who.
From
this week.
that's the way the randomizer goes.
It was
So the
came
first of all,
up with Dalek's Master Plan. I wanted to watch Dalek's Master
Yeah.
Plan. I only have one part of that though.
unfortunately, the rest of it's missing.
It's
isn't
missing.
it? Yeah,
Well,
so-
there's 12 parts.
Yeah.
9 parts of it missing.
Ooh.
No.
So we had to skip past that one. We're hoping by the time we get to the end of the randomiser that everything else has been rediscovered and we can therefore
Yeah.
deep into it. But I very much doubt it.
No.
So on that basis, instead, second random episode that popped up was another Matt Smith episode. 'Cause
And
we're
that's
keeping up our 2017 Matt Smith thing.
yes, that's the Curse of the Black Spot. Do you think we don't have 52 episodes with Matt Smith then?
No, indeed. I think it would change.
Do you
soon,
think
won't
we'll get all Matt Smith's episodes finished before season
it?
10?
We might do. Yes.
Curse of the Black Spot.
You groaned, which I think is an immediate reflection of your thoughts on this particular
Not
episode.
the biggest fan of this one. It's
Yeah.
okay.
I've only seen it once, so I remember it being an okay episode.
It's a meh episode for me.
We shall see whether the views on it are improved for me watching it a second time round.
Or or you think it's a bad episode
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
an okay episode or something.
What about thinking in that context back to the one we reviewed today, the Angels Take Manhattan? I thought watching it the second time round, it was still really good, but it wasn't as good the first time round. I think the first time round was really strong.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
didn't know what was coming though.
No, you get some where you enjoy it the second time round more, but this probably wasn't one of them.
Like Time Heist
Mhm.
or Into the Dalek.
Yeah.
That's it I think for today's podcast.
Yeah.
Should we just say what's on next week?
Let's do next
Well,
week's in contacts.
Yeah. Next week is episode 196 and we're back on Saturday format, so we're here in 6 days time. And that is on the 28th. Which is Chinese New Year.
Is it really?
On that show, we will be discussing our 6 favourite episodes from the 2000s.
Well, sir. Okay, we will also be giving our thoughts and groans about the Curse of the Black Spot.
The 4th Matt Smith one in a row.
Yeah.
The latest news from the Doctor Who universe.
And we will be pressing the magic randomizer button again
It's a classic Who.
for another Matt Smith episode.
We have to find
I
something to watch this week.
I think actually what we'll do on Wednesday, because we always get together twice a week, don't we? Which is
Yeah.
generally the Saturday and the Wednesday. If it's a classic episode, we're watching usually a couple of episodes as part of that. What we've been talking about doing over the last couple of weeks is because we never these days get enough time to do a Who to Face or a 3-minute rant. When we get a new Who one, we might use our Wednesdays to record a very brief episode, midweek special of this very podcast with the focus to quiz
The
items.
3-minute round.
Yeah.
This week.
So it'd
I
be a
think.
3-minute round this time
Yeah.
around.
Well,
So we may well do that this Wednesday.
that's the advantage. We can do videos for you guys, extra bonus videos.
Yeah.
Rather than something that you can't watch.
Yeah.
Although we could do a commentary, but that takes a long time. Okay. So details, contacts. You can tweet us with your thoughts on your favourite 1980s or 2000s episodes. Angels Take Manhattan, Dinosaurs on the Spaceship, any of the latest news, or anything else that you want to talk to us about, Doctor Who, or anything we talk about at the beginning, like Sherlock or Game of Thrones or Stranger Things or whatever. Whatever you want to contact
just
us
get in touch.
about.
You tell us what you've had for tea if you like.
Yeah.
We'd be interested.
We'll be interested. That's a bit creepy though. Also, you could. That's at Dr Who Time Unspace or.
Mark with a C. So that's Mark Freak Geek.
Also, you can contact us at MissLucyMoonAdventures.weebly.com, where you can find our website, the Miss Lucy Moon YouTube account. You can leave a comment under there or watch our videos.
We're on the Doctor Who. I forgot what it's called.
Podcast Alliance.
Podcast Alliance.
So you
now.
can look at us on there. We're on Podomatic, Doctor Who Time and Space, and iTunes.
Fantastic.
So yeah.
Thank you
big
very much
array
for
of
listening,
contacts.
everybody. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
And we shall be back next week for more Who-related fun, gossip,
On episode
and pain and
196.
tears. Yes, indeed.
So-
I've been Dr. Cool.
And I've been Liz Moon. Thank you for joining us this week. We will see you next time. Same time.
Same space.
Always forget to do that. Goodbye.